Advocacy Coalition was formed last summer in response to budget cuts to Santa Barbara County's Department of Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Services. In Focus welcomes in the group's executive director, Roger Thompson. Roger, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. This is true.
And is that true? The group was formed by 5 people that have severe mental illness?
That's true. We were founded by individuals with severe mental illness. Our group, our makeup is primarily individuals who live in abject poverty and teeter on the brink of crisis. Some of us have been homeless, some of us have been in jails, some are alcoholics, some are addicts. In fact, we're the part of society you don't want to see unless it's in a suit, articulate, and on TV. So that's us, we're CAC.
All right, well, glad to have you here.
Thank you, yeah.
And last summer, I attended several meetings. One was at the Santa Barbara Library, and discussing budget cuts. What were the results of those meetings?
Sure. Well, the results of ultimately what happened is we saw service reductions for about 300 individuals. And of those, 3 were left homeless, and we had 2 attempted suicide, and more than a dozen relapse on drugs and alcohol. And so we're very concerned that further reductions in services will not only impact individuals with mental illness, but we're going to see an impact on our homeless population. We're going to see an impact in our jails. We're going to see increased demand on our emergency services. And all of that is very costly to the taxpayer. And so it's actually cheaper to to provide adequate services than it is to sort of...
Really spills over into the community.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
And before we get too far down the line, I do want to put up some information about the town hall meeting that's coming up right here. It's working together, the role of community in improving mental health services. It'll take place this Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. the Santa Maria Public Library. And I know 3rd County District Supervisor Doreen Farr is going to be there, among others.
Yeah, she'll be giving the opening remarks. And Dr. Dietrich, who is the Director of the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Services, she will be on the panel. I'll be on the panel. Barry Shore, he's the Executive Director of Sanctuary Psychiatric Centers, will be on the panel. So we have a great lineup, and we're very excited to engage the community in this sort of discussion and dialogue.
And it's important that it's being held in Santa Maria because it's all under the umbrella of Santa Barbara County, but talking to you in the past, there is kind of a split between South County, North County. North thinks the South gets the most money. Can you explain all that?
Sure. Well, there has been, during last year's budget cuts, there was a lot of divisiveness, and we saw that with CBOs and the county and consumers. And within that, there is this geographical divide between North and South. And South County receives more attention, more money, and our group was formed in South County, but we're trying to make a point of saying, no, just because we were formed in South County, it doesn't mean we don't care about North County. So you know what? We're going to charter a bus, a 49-passenger bus, which is almost full, by the way, and bring advocates to your city and as much press as we can, and let's talk about mental health. And that's why we have 3 panelists from North County, 3 panelists from South County.
And tell me, what are you hoping to get out of that meeting?
Well, we're hoping to raise awareness about mental health overall, and we're hoping to engage the community in a discussion which invites them to participate in the process of finding solutions, rather than the onus and the burden of fixing a problem is on one particular department or one particular organization. No, this is, especially in these economic times, this is a collaborative effort. And we need to work together to find creative solutions. These solutions are not going to just come in the form of dollars. For instance, when the budget cuts came last year and people lost services and groups and treatment, what we did as an organization is we started our own groups, and we found volunteer MFTs and therapists who would run them. In fact, our poetry group is run by Perry Longo, who's the poet laureate of Santa Barbara. Yeah. Wow. And so we actually offer more free groups than the county offers through ADHMS. So that's a creative solution. It's free, and it works.
And back to the money, though.
Sure.
Last year there were budget cuts. This year it's even more dire. I mean, it's got to really frighten you.
Well, I think it would frighten me more if I weren't doing anything about it. By, I think, empowering individuals, we're able to take their fear and channel that energy into trying to be productive in addressing this issue. And that, gives hope. I mean, without hope, yeah, there is fear. But I think the biggest thing we offer is hope that we can change. Because really, the change starts with the community. It starts with the individual. It starts with the person watching TV over their dinner right now and learning more and educating themselves more about it. So, we hope to reach out to them on that level, and then from there, we can affect change overall.
We're going to put up the information on the town hall meeting because maybe that's where it starts for some individuals as well. It's, again, Santa Maria Public Library, March 18th, 6 to 8 p.m. The role of the community in improving mental health services. Would make a last point for us.
Well, I would say that social ills don't exist in isolation. It means raising awareness about mental health. Also means advocating for the chronically homeless. It means looking at our drug and alcohol programs. It means looking at how we spend our money and not just how much money we're going to get.
And I think it's so impressive that people with mental illness have started your group. And give us the website, too.
Sure. It's www.joincac.org. It is probably the most up-to-date site for information about Santa Barbara County mental health that we've got. So it's joincac.org.
Roger, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.